We getting right into it. MJ,
Yeah,
Wacko.
nothing but to do it, Wacko Jacko.
Yeah. How do you feel?
All right. So for those of you uninitiated, Wacko Jacko is a nickname for Michael Jackson, pop star extraordinaire, who was always suspected of being creepy at the very least, and at the most serial pedophile. So HBO recently released a documentary, Leaving Neverland, in which they had two of Michael Jackson's accusers tell their story and kind of how the molestation affected them. And this is extremely popular. I think it's like HBO's most watched documentary ever. It's 4 hours long, 2 parts. Each part is a little over 2 hours long. And then there's like an hour interview with Oprah and the two, I guess, stars of the documentary, for lack of a better term.
Who was the other guy? The director?
Yeah, it was the director. Michael Reed, I think is his name.
I thought it was Howie Mandel.
Kind of looked like him. So you asked me how I felt about the documentary. I always thought Michael Jackson was a pedophile. Always. Since I was a child.
A child?
Yeah. My grandfather was straightforward with me. He always used to warn me about, like, you know, molesters and shit like that. He said, don't go any place with strangers. And I always thought it was weird that he'd be walking around with little boys holding their hands. But that's weird as shit. Like, I'm 8, 9 years old, I'm seeing this shit. I'm not holding my grandfather's hand. Like, why would you hold some stranger's hand? Or why would that stranger want to hold your hand? Like, nobody that I knew was doing that shit with little boys. Taking them everywhere, going to amusement parks, holding their hands. And people were making it out to be, oh, he never had a childhood. It's like, still, that's fucking weird. Like, you're an adult now, right? Like, even as a boy, I didn't hold hands with my friends. Like, none of this shit ever made sense. Yeah. So I was like, he's a pedophile. Like, when the accusations came out, I was like, yeah, I can see it. And that wasn't a popular opinion. You know, fuck it, whatever. I don't care. When the documentary came out and they were going into graphic detail about what they did with them, I wasn't surprised, but it was still unsettling because you get like this mental image of, you know, just Michael Jackson's, you know, fucking pale, nude ass, you know, sucking little boys, you know, ding dong. It's a fucked up image to have in your head. Yeah. And, you know, you hear it, it's like, oh man, I don't want to hear this shit. Yeah. I'm, like I said, not surprised. That's kind of what I thought all along. It was still rough to hear. And surprisingly, I think I view him differently now, even though I always suspected that he was a pedophile. Just hearing the details and the type of shit he would do, like the grooming he would do with little boys, how when they got older, he would kind of push them to the side, bring new little boys in. He essentially had like a harem of little boys. Like, he was always around little boys. And yeah, man, like I saw a picture of him afterwards and I was just kind of looking at it. I was like, this dude's a fucking predator. Like, hearing the shit, I think makes it so much worse than just like having a really good feeling or a bad feeling, however you want to, you know, categorize a feeling that he was fucking around with little boys. What about you? How did it make you feel?
It's tough, man, because, you know, it's only one side to the story. The story that they, like, you know, that they portrayed or wherever they created, it's only one side. There's nobody from Michael Jackson's camp. There's no family. Michael Jackson passed away, so it's like he can't defend himself. So it's extremely one side. It's like extremely biased. So either way, it's nasty. To me, it's nasty. If they're telling the truth, yeah, take a look. If they're telling the truth and all this stuff happened, man, that's nasty. Michael Jackson is nasty. If they're lying, that's nasty for them lying on a dead guy and, you know, saying all this stuff or whatever for someone or against someone who can't defend themselves. So, I mean, I don't know, man.
Okay, what would he say? No, I didn't do it. Of course, that's what he's going to say. Hey, I mean, we were just sleeping in the bed. He's already defended himself against these type of accusations. And twice. So he's defended himself twice against these accusations. It was the same defense both times. You know, I would never do anything to hurt a kid. You know, I was just, you know, being friendly. You know, I didn't have a childhood, so I want to see kids happy. So I know what he was going to say. That's why I don't view it as such a big fucking deal that no one's coming to the defense of him. Because I already know what the defense is going to be. But I think part of it could be that I'm biased because I already thought that he was a pedophile. So I walked in thinking like, all right, we finally going to find out what Michael Jackson did.
Confirm some stuff. And they definitely confirmed it if you already thought he was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, I was biased in thinking, like, I didn't go into it like, well, we'll see what they say.
Yeah.
I went into it like thinking Michael Jackson's a pedophile, and these motherfuckers are about to explain how he molested them.
So you 100% agree with them or believe that everything that they're saying is true?
Well, I believe that they were molested by Michael Jackson. As far as like the graphic details and all that shit, I mean, how would I know? They could be putting dubs on it. I don't fucking know. But I do believe inappropriate things happen. No grown-ass man. Remember, Michael Jackson was portrayed to be a straight. Mm-hmm. Right. No grown-ass man who liked a good pussy.
Dog is creepy.
Is going to be hanging out with a bunch of little boys.
Yeah, dog is creepy for sure.
We definitely saw him publicly with more little boys than we did with grown women. We saw him with 2 grown women. We saw him with like 12 or 14 little boys.
Yeah, dude is creepy for sure, man. But I can't just write him. I can't cancel him like people would say now about people who, come out and be trying to get rid of. He can't, for one, he can't defend himself.
So what? What's he gonna say? I didn't do it? Like, I already know what he's gonna say. I could do his defense for him. I ain't do it.
Okay, so he was charged with all this, crimes, child molestation and all this other stuff early on, and he was acquitted of all that. He found not guilty.
Right. Okay.
And these same boys, the same guy, grown man now, they defended him back then.
So, on the first, remember, okay, there's multiple allegations. So the first time, I think it was a civil suit, and both of the guys who were stars of the documentary, went on record in his favor. I don't think they necessarily were in the courtroom because I don't think it didn't get that far, but they were like on TV and shit. The second time, only one of the 2 guys defended him. And the other guy was like, no, fuck you, Michael. Like, you are a terrible person. Like, he couldn't hold the shit in anymore. And I understand it. Now, Randy, 2017, I'd be like, come on, bro. Like, you defended him, but now all of a sudden, obviously, you just want some money. But talking to people and victims of sexual abuse, like, this is a real thing where you get convinced that, I'm not being sexually abused. Like, this is my friend, or, he or she loves me, and da-da-da-da-da. And you just want that person's approval, especially when you groom a person from a child. Like, if you think about what Michael Jackson represented when this shit happened with these 2 people, this is the late 80s, early 90s. He was the biggest superstar on planet fucking Earth.
Still is.
Nah, not anymore.
He is.
Not after this shit. Biggest superstar on planet Earth. These kids look up to him, and then he takes them under their wing. Oh shit, I can hang out with Michael Jackson. You're 9 years old. Michael's like, hey, you want to keep hanging out with me? You're going to have to suck this dick. And it's like, oh, okay, this is, he telling them that he loves them, and this is how we express our love. And they're like, okay, well, why would they distrust Michael Jackson? A lot of the onus goes on the parents, but, I'm sure we'll get to that a little later. Yeah, like it's biased. You could probably say so. I was biased going in. I believe him.
It's tough, man.
And he's a monster, straight up, straight the fuck up.
How? Like, what evidence is pointing that he's a monster? 100% guaranteed, proven
none
monster.
Whatsoever. However, it's all circumstantial. But
it sucks.
That's what it is.
That sucks, man.
But you said dude creepy. Okay,
he's creepy for sure.
So did you? So and these are his words. He just sleeps in the bed with little boys. Just so they have sleepovers. What did you think he's doing? Do you think he's legitimately just sleeping in the bed with little boys?
I have no clue. Like, if I had a son, I wouldn't allow my son to sleep alone with Michael Jackson.
Right.
But if he did, I wouldn't just automatically assume that he got banged out.
In the same bed, bruh?
I mean, I don't know.
Like a planned sleepover in the bed?
I'm saying it's creepy. It's creepy for sure. 100% creepy. But I'm not saying that he did exactly everything that these guys said that he did.
Oh, I'm not saying that at all.
I agree with that.
But I do 100% believe that he molested him. 100%.
In some way? Yeah.
In some
if
way.
you touch him in the wrong, yeah, okay. I'll give you that. Yeah, I'm sure.
All that shit's bad. Like, there's no, like, grades of pedophilia, bro. Like, it's binary for me. You fuck with little boys or little kids in any kind of way, then you are a pedophile. Like, you are in the same boat. I don't preying on children, man. Like, come on. Like, if you think about what he did, like, he used his superstardom to hide in plain sight. Right, because everyone loved Michael Jackson so much that they didn't want him to be this evil person.
Yeah, I get you.
So it's like plausible. It's like deniability. Like, oh no, people are trying to get money from Michael. Mm-hmm. Imagine that shit happened today. Like, you got some random, R&B star walking around with a little boy all the time. Like, who the fuck is this little boy? Like, there'd be all kind of questions raised, but no one raised those questions because they just wanted Michael Jackson not to be this terrible person,
big monster. Yeah, I give you
because everybody loved him.
I agree, but I don't know, man. I just can't write him off. Like R. Kelly, I can 100% unequivocally say, like, he's done. Like, if I never hear another R. Kelly song, I'm cool.
So what's the difference between the two? Because I think there's more point in R. Kelly's favor than there's point in Michael Jackson's favor. Both of them are pieces of shit, just for the record. But I'm saying, of the two, I feel like the case against Michael Jackson is stronger than the case against R. Kelly.
There's no case, though, because he's passed away. He can't defend himself.
What's the defense, Amari? The defense is, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
That's okay. I can make the defense for it. We know what he's going to say. We know what he would say.
Okay.
What's he going to have videos of them sleeping and nothing happening? No.
He could. Why wouldn't he have that?
He would take videos of them sleeping? And why wouldn't he have that? Because he was fucking them. That's why he wouldn't have that. And he had his maid say that, we walked in on him. I think one of the people who worked at the house said he walked in on him with his hands in Macaulay Culkin's pants. They testified to that. I think a maid testified to him having like a closet within a closet that had all kind of videos and pictures of like little boys. And the dude would have photo shoots with just him and these little boys. What's the point of that? Why are you getting a photo shoot of you and some little boy?
Like I said, man,
that shit creepy. Weird as fuck.
It's 100%. I agree with that. It's creepy. It's weird, but all right, maybe I'm saying it the wrong way. Like I agree, Michael Jackson. Like I never really I listen to maybe Thriller, Billie Jean, maybe once or twice a year.
I thought Michael Jackson was highly overrated, but that's a whole other thing.
I don't think he's overrated. I think his stardom. Well, I don't know what he did to create and have this stardom, but he has it, and I'm always weirded out by that. The amount of people that just love Michael Jackson, that's weird.
Whatever he did when they see him,
whatever he did, I gotta give him respect for that. But I never really rocked with his music. It wasn't just I hear a Michael Jackson song, I'm going crazy. It reminds me of something. No, it's whatever. It's a good song, whatever. I know it's Michael Jackson, but it's cool. But to I don't know, man. It's a little different.
What's different about it?
Between him and R. Kelly.
Okay, so explain to me
why he can't defend himself.
R. Kelly can. He fight for his life.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. I feel like even if they're both creepy, we can write them both off. Say, just hypothetically speaking, they just both went away. Cool, no problem with that. But these two guys, trying to profit off this situation, they're saying it's not about the money. It's 100% about the money.
Based on what? How much they get paid for the documentary?
It doesn't matter. They get notoriety. The main dude, what is his name? Wade? His goal in life was to be some video producer, right? Or director.
He was, but then he switched to, I think, choreo. No, I'm sorry. So one was a choreographer, one was a director.
Somebody getting credits for this shit. 100%. If you didn't care about the money, you could have dropped this shit on YouTube. But now you got a contract with HBO and you got Oprah coming in at the end. And dude, you're trying to you could, I 100% see it a mile away. They're trying to set up something else. They're promoting something else after this, guaranteed.
All right. So I disagree with you can drop it on YouTube. Yes, you can drop it on YouTube, but will it have the far-reaching impact as if you have an HBO documentary?
Yes.
No, the fuck it wouldn't. It will. You would like some.
Yes, it will.
No. If he just himself put up his iPhone on a tripod and was like, Michael Jackson molested me, people are like, oh, this dude is just fucking nuts.
No. I'm saying the same exact video, the same production value, the same cameras, the same interviews.
So what's that got to do with anything?
If it's not about money.
Okay, so one, you can't just say the same production value and remove HBO because HBO is the part of the reason why they had the money to do the production value. You can't because it's not the director who pays for all this shit. No, it's the not the publishing company, but the production agency is the one. The production company is the one who pays for all this. So that's HBO.
All right.
So it's not the director who's paying for the cameras and the lights and the staff and the editing. That's HBO. That's why you need the infrastructure.
Are you 100% sure of that?
Yeah, I'm guaranteed the director didn't pay for all this shit.
So you feel like that's the way all documentaries,
not all documentaries. I'm not saying
this particular
one, right? Because it's produced by HBO.
I think they already had it. And HBO put some finishing touches on it or whatever, but I think all the quality, camera quality, you can have that shit.
But who's paying for the staff?
Dude, the cameras now, you can get that for $5,000. Camera quality, the quality that they have is nothing exceptional. Okay,
I disagree.
It's exceptional?
It's not super fucking easy to just put together a 4-hour documentary.
Okay.
Of that caliber. I've
seen that before.
No, but we're spoiled. We're spoiled in thinking that because we got Netflix, all these streaming shit, Hulu, you see documentaries all the time. Bro, it's so much work that goes into producing something like that.
I give it
with
to
the interviews and the time that you got to do it and flying people out and make sure you have the correct staff. And then, shit, you ain't talking about fucking, post-production.
Who they fly out?
Well, they don't all live in the same place.
It was all family. Same ass couch.
First, nah, man, you must not have been paying. You must not
That
have
was
been
a
paying.
mom, a grandma, and 2 dudes.
You must not have been paying a lot of attention because some of them were in America. Some of them were in America. Some of them were in Australia. They were kind of split up. That was that one family. Not everybody's in the same area. So you got to set up times fly to meet people. So probably got to feed motherfuckers all this other shit.
It's video.
But first and secondly, you not getting super paid off a documentary.
All right. So I've been drinking, so I might not be able to like formulate this whole thing 100% correctly, but the whole we're gonna shift gears into the Monique, the Netflix deal or whatever.
Okay.
Her situation. She was trying to get Netflix to pay her to $50 million or $10 million, $5 million or whatever to do a comedy special.
Right.
After she got paid, she wanted to produce the comedy special.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, they already did their comedy special.
Okay.
And they just sold it to Netflix. And then Netflix released it.
Okay.
Their whole tour or whatever was already, the production value, all the video, all the other, whatever, they created that. They just sold it to Netflix.
You sure?
I'm 75% sure.
Nah, man. They're in a contract with Netflix, and then they produced a comedy special.
Afterwards.
They agree with Netflix. I got an hour. You guys want to produce this comedy special? Mm-hmm. Sure. We'll send people out, video record it, edit it for you, we'll get it out for you. Mm-hmm. That's what happened. They didn't have their homie record that shit and then sell it to Netflix. That's not what happened,
so you're saying they had an idea, then they went to HBO and they're like, all right.
Not an idea. They probably had an hour and they said, I want to do a special. And then maybe they had the agent shopping it around.
I totally disagree with that. Because just like with, what's that one, the horror flick, Paranormal Activity.
Blair Witch Project.
No, Paranormal Activity.
Okay.
They created that or whatever. It was some film students.
Okay.
They created the video or whatever. The whole movie was done. Mm-hmm. And I think their budget was $15,000.
Okay.
They ended up selling it to whoever the movie producing company or whatever was for $1 million.
Okay.
The production company released the movie to all theaters or whatever. And they made $200 million or whatever first week.
Okay.
It's the same video that those original students created for $15,000. Mm-hmm. And they just sold it.
No chance in hell they would get that in a movie theater without the production company. And those are two different things. We're talking about a crudely shot movie, which you can obviously see is crudely shot. And we're talking about a expertly put together documentary. Come on. Those are two different things.
I'm not saying it wasn't put together well. I'm just saying you can do that without HBO.
No, you could
having a budget.
You could, but it wouldn't have the same outreach as when you have it on HBO because first of all, HBO is the premier what's it called? Premium channel. Okay. So the premier premium channel on traditional cable, right? HBO is always everyone's first
top one,
go to.
Yeah, I agree.
So when you put it on HBO is you have the little intros throughout, and they show, Leaving Neverland documentaries coming, blah, 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 blah. HBO's PR team's behind it, pumping it. The reach that you get from that is exponentially greater than if you just released it at South by Southwest yourself.
No, I agree. No, I think we're talking about
it would be hard
as
fuck to find.
I think we're talking about two different things.
Okay.
I'm saying the reach, if you go with HBO, is definitely going to be larger than if you just release it on YouTube. But I'm saying they can have that whole documentary put together without the help of HBO and just sell it to HBO. Hey, I got this documentary. You can look at it. Just distribute it amongst your subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, that could have happened, but I don't think it did based on how it was shot and everything.
What I'm saying
is... that's neither... I don't look at it as neither here or there. If they got money off of it, fine. But I think it's more important to get out the different forms of sexual abuse. Because, I mean, I think what they're doing is trying to, at least exposing people to a different form of sexual abuse. The manipulation, the grooming, that type of shit that happens.
I'm just saying it's some form of financial gain. It has to be, it's in their mind. They're all right, we got to get money from this. There's some, the one guy, Wade or whatever, didn't he have a lawsuit, a civil lawsuit with Michael Jackson in the state or whatever?
Yeah, got this.
Yeah, exactly. So he's trying to get money from him. He's trying.
Okay.
So, I mean, I just can't. If it happened, it's nasty. If it didn't happen, it's nasty. Either way, it's a nasty situation. But I just can't just write Michael Jackson off. We haven't even heard his side. We can't hear his side.
I know his side. His side is I didn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. What happened if he has, like you said, video evidence that none of this stuff happened? Plenty of nights we just sat together, we laid together. It's like I said, it's creepy.
So why wouldn't the state release it?
They might not have it.
Oh, okay. You don't think anyone went through that entire every square inch of the house?
I don't know the situation of the whole.
Come on,
evidence, man. Like I said, it's creepy.
Look, are you one of those people that this is the man trying to bring down another
black
icon?
Not at all.
Okay,
not
thank you.
At all. I'm just saying it's something. I'm sure they put a little on it. They lied when they were kids, and they could be lying now. We don't know. I'm just saying I'd rather have all the evidence before I just write somebody off. Okay. Their whole 30 years of their life, greatest hits and all.
All right. The fact that he constantly was in the public at amusement parks, holding hands with little boys, even on rides.
Yep.
Does that weigh in favor of these two gentlemen who are testifying saying that he molested them, or does that weigh against it?
Like I said, man, it's creepy.
Nah, man, answer the question.
Creepy.
Yeah, answer the question.
I don't know. I don't think it does either.
You don't think it makes it more likely that he was actually molesting little boys? You don't think the fact that he's holding hands with little boys at amusement parks, always around little boys?
I mean, holding hands?
You don't.
All right, so we're judging them off holding hands with little kids?
When's the last time you hold that little boy's hand that you didn't know?
I ain't been 7 in a while.
I'm talking you as a grown man in your 30s. When's the last time you held a little boy's hand?
I'm not. I don't judge somebody else's.
No. I'm asking you a question. When's the last time you held a little boy's hand?
It's been a while.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm saying I'm never said like it's 100% right. I'm not saying whatever he's doing. I'm not denying or saying that whatever he's done is weird or not right or I'm not saying that. I'm just saying these guys have there's other situations going that we're not seeing.
It's possible, but I don't care. I really don't care about it.
Yeah. Like I said, he's passed anyway. Like, why do we have to like keep going on about this guy who's already passed away?
I prefer to know the truth.
Why? He's already passed. He can't hurt anybody else.
How do you think it'll make the victims feel if they see everyone bigging up Michael Jackson and him being this great icon? It's like, that motherfucker trying to put his dick in me.
All right.
Like, come on, man.
So these two guys who released Leaving Neverland or whatever, when they were younger or whatever, they totally discredited the guy who was actually like went to court and like tried to accuse Michael Jackson of doing some shit.
Right.
Like back when he was a little kid, they were like, nah, nothing didn't happen to me. It didn't happen to me. What does that guy feel like? He doesn't get any credit off this shit.
No.
He didn't release a video.
Still fucked up. But
he went to court.
At least now he'd be like, well, thanks, motherfucker. You could have been there 30 years ago.
Nah, that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You don't even like mention him? You don't put him in a situation like...
No. So the director said he wanted to do a sequel with those two boys who brought the charges against Michael.
That's fucked up, man.
What was fucked up about it?
It's fucked up.
I mean, it is. I mean, it's fucked up what they did as kids.
It's a fucked up situation, but I just can't... Without being able to hear Michael Jackson's side and have all the evidence, I can't just write him off and just say he's 100%... It's 100% like proven that he's a creep. That he's like... All right, he's a creep, but he's like... pedophile, like he was out here like really doing 100%. I don't know.
So you don't think that Michael Jackson's fucking around with little boys?
Did he have sex with little boys? I don't know.
I'm not even saying sex, but like touch them inappropriately. You don't think that ever happened?
Yeah, smack him on the ass. I'm sure he's done that. Yeah, that's inappropriate. I'm sure he's.
Why would he smack a little boy in the ass?
I don't know, man. Why do we?
They weren't playing sports.
Why do we do that in sports?
Michael Jackson wasn't playing any kind of sports.
Why do we do it in sports?
I don't fucking know.
That's still weird.
No. Don't try to change the spotlight.
I'm not trying. It's not me on the hot seat. It's Michael Jackson.
Michael, why would Michael Jackson smack a little kid ass?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm sure he's touched it weird. Like if you laying around, if you're sleeping and we're sleeping in the same bed, like me and Michael Jackson and a little boy, they're rolling around. So I'm sure his hand is gonna touch the little boy's ass.
Why you sleeping in the same bed as a little boy?
It's weird.
You're Michael Jackson.
I'm not defending Michael Jackson.
It sounds like you are. You're Michael Jackson. You got all the money in the world. You got this mansion. They got all fucking kind of rooms.
Yeah.
You don't have a guest room these little boys to sleep in?
I'm not defending.
Why are you sleeping in the bed with little boys?
I'm not defending this guy. I'm just saying I don't believe 100% of what these guys are saying.
So you don't believe he molested them?
He could have.
Okay, do you believe it?
Do I believe what?
That you know what I'm fucking asking. Do you believe Michael Jackson?
Question, man.
Do you believe that Michael Jackson molested those two men who were in the HBO documentary Leaving Neverland?
He could have.
Do you believe he did? Yes or no?
I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I don't care. Maybe that's it. I just don't care.
Bullshit.
I don't care.
There's no one who doesn't care.
Care what?
About like what happened. Come on, man.
Like I said, like if you go back to like previous podcasts, I don't put celebrities above like a regular person. So I know there's fucked up people who have $1 million. There's fucked up people who have a penny. Like we're all the same. Like it's fucked up people.
I'm not asking about that. I'm asking if you think whether or not he did it.
He could have. He could have.
You're very non-committal, man.
I don't know, man.
Like, this is what it feels like. It feels like you want to defend Michael Jackson, but it's like, it's a lot of shit that goes against him.
I don't defend anybody who I don't know. Like, I don't know what I only know, like, probably 10% of his life. Like, just his music, the aspects of what he's given us or what he's shown us. I don't know what he does, like, with closed doors.
I know he does close the doors.
What, sleep a little boy?
Yep. He's admitted to doing it.
It's creepy. I agree, it's creepy. But all this stuff, masturbating and telling the guys to get on all fours and all that shit. I
Looking
don't know.
at the butthole.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It could have happened. It could have. I don't know.
No, that shit was uncomfortable, bro.
We're this fucked up regardless.
No, that shit was uncomfortable. I was like, whoo, this is uncomfortable.
All right, let's go to the parents.
They're terrible. They're terrible parents. And they admitted as such. There's no chance in hell like that. I don't give a fuck who you are. You could be Barack Obama. If Barack Obama came to me and was like, hey, I'm going to sleep in the bed with your little boy. Like, go fuck yourself, Barack.
All right, I'm shifting gears to all this shit is true.
Okay.
I'm switching up. The parents are fucked up.
Yeah, the parents are fucked up.
Fucked up.
And you know what? I think subconsciously they knew. Because there's no way as a parent you don't know. Even one of the parents was talking about like when Michael first asked him to sleep in the bed with the boy, or the boy asked him to sleep in Michael. She was like, fuck no, you crazy. He coming with me. And then that next trip came around, that next first class plane ticket, private jet plane ticket, excuse me, and all of a sudden it's okay again. I think they got swept up in the lifestyle, and they're probably thinking like, shit, if we keep saying no, then maybe we don't hang out with him anymore. And it's one of those, I'm just going to turn a blind eye. I hope nothing bad is happening. That's what I think it was. That's why I think they feel so terrible. Because if you legitimately, honestly didn't know, I don't think you feel as badly as they said they felt in the documentary. There's no fucking way you didn't know. No fucking way you didn't know that it happened.
So, man, I was thinking, like, I always knew Michael Jackson was like a huge figure. Like, he was extremely popular. He was extremely iconic. But I never realized, like, how big he was.
Yeah, he was gigantic.
Until watching this documentary.
Oh, really?
Like, he can influence, like, moms.
Mm-hmm.
It's, like, change their minds of, like, protection and values and different stuff, like, concerning their kids.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
I mean, I realized how big of a star he was when he died, and there was a nationally televised funeral. Yeah. It was, like, performances, and it was on all local channels.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when I was like, this motherfucker is bigger than everything.
Like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not one of those guys who, like, go crazy over celebrities or whatever, but I can only imagine, like, Michael Jackson, like, being in front of me. Like, that would be weird. Crazy.
Because of how he looks, or?
Everything.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it'd be weird to see
Who's more popular than Michael Jackson? In our lifetime.
Well, popular is a weird term. Because popular is, like, known.
Known.
I mean, that's still another weird term. It's
celebrated.
I would say no one's has been more beloved than Michael Jackson was in our lifetime.
That's wild, having all that power. That's power.
That's power.
Like, imagine Michael Jackson on Instagram.
That's why Michael Jackson was able to get away with openly molesting little boys.
If you got, imagine if you got like a follow back from Michael Jackson.
Mama made it.
Man, it's crazy.
But yeah, the parents, they got swept up, bro. They're terrible parents.
Yeah, for sure. They're horrible.
All right. Did you watch Abducted in Plain Sight?
No, I haven't.
Motherfucker.
I haven't watched it, man. I gotta get into it. I watched this Michael Jackson shit and it was like, all right, I'm not watching anything negative like, for like next month. This is a lot.
So I deal with.
Yeah. I usually don't have that type of stuff in my life, man. But I watched it and it's like, I feel like this was more of a money grab than the R. Kelly shit.
Ain't no money grabbing R. Kelly. R. Kelly obviously broke.
No. I feel like the people who put it on. Like, it was more of a money grab for the people who put this on than it was for the people who put on the R. Kelly shit.
I don't see a money grab because there's not a lot of money in documentaries.
Super money grab. They had fucking interview with Oprah at the end.
Oprah's not paying for interviews. You understand that, right?
It's notoriety.
Oh, okay.
If my followers go up, that's money.
These motherfuckers got a book coming out or something?
You could. You know who he is now. You know his fucking name.
I couldn't tell you his name.
James Michael Jackson.
Couldn't tell you his name.
Michael Jackson. It don't matter.
Just James Michael Jackson?
You would know who he is. You would know who he is. I'm that Michael Jackson James.
Michael Jackson licked my booty hole.
Yeah.
Oh, you that dude?
You saw me. That's something, man. You can monetize that somehow. Guaranteed.
Michael Jackson's a pedophile.
He could be. He could be. I'm not defending him, but I'm not just automatically saying he is, but he could be.
All right. I mean, I'll say it.
Yeah,
there's enough circumstantial evidence for me to make. If I was a juror, I'd be like, oh, he's guilty.
To me, it's fucked up because he's passed. His problems, worries, or whatever, they're gone. But I don't know, man. It's fucked up if you really did it. All the boys and all the kids or whatever that he like.
And think about the ones we don't know about.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. That's what's fucked up to me. But I don't know. It's all fucked up. It's all crazy. It's all weird.